All right, welcome everyone to another deep dive. Today we're going deep into some really fascinating stories.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking about Rebekah, Leah, and Rachel.
Three really powerful women
Yeah,
from the Bible.
yeah. They're often kind of categorized as just, women of faith,
Right.
but there's a lot more to them than that, right?
Oh, absolutely. And especially when we consider the time that they lived in,
Yeah.
the societal expectations placed upon them, it's really remarkable how they navigated those constraints and really showed their own agency and resilience.
Yeah, absolutely. And the sources we have for their stories, I mean, they're packed with insights
Yeah.
into not just their journeys, but also like the challenges they faced.
Right.
And I think there are a lot of lessons we can still take from them today,
Yeah.
thousands of years later.
Definitely timeless. Timeless lessons.
Absolutely. So let's jump right in. Let's start with Rebecca. So we first meet her, right,
Hmm.
at a well, and she's offering water,
Hmm.
not just to Abraham's servant, but to his 10 camels.
Right. The camels.
Can you imagine? I mean, what a first impression,
Talk about going above and beyond.
right? And this act of kindness, I mean, it's what leads her to become Isaac's wife.
Yeah.
But it always seemed to me like more than just, basic kindness.
Right.
What do you think? Is there like a deeper meaning behind that gesture?
Oh, I think there's definitely a deeper meaning there. On the surface, yeah, we see her compassion,
Hmm.
but this act also demonstrates her initiative. At a time when women's roles were often very strictly defined. She's taking charge, she's making things happen.
I see that.
Yeah.
And that kind of independent spirit, it really shows up later in her story, too, right?
For sure.
Like when she helps Jacob deceive Isaac to get the blessing. That was pretty bold.
Very bold. And it really raises questions about how far we're willing to go to protect the people that we love,
Yeah.
even if it might mean bending the rules a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, her actions were driven by her love for her son, but they also highlight the challenges of navigating a patriarchal system.
Totally. It makes you think about the limited options she might have felt she had
Right.
to
Exactly.
try to secure what she believed was rightful of Jacob's.
Absolutely.
All right, well, let's move on to Leah. Now, her story, I think, resonates with anyone who's ever felt overlooked
Oh, yeah.
or undervalued. Because according to the sources, Jacob clearly favored Rachel over Leah.
Hmm.
That's got to be tough.
It's heartbreaking. That feeling of rejection is so palpable in her story.
Yeah.
But what's inspiring is how she finds strength and solace in her faith.
Yeah.
She doesn't let Jacob's preference define her.
Mhm.
Her worth comes from somewhere else.
So did the sources tell us anything about how that faith, that connection with God, actually played out in her life?
Well, they don't give us specific practices or
Yeah.
rituals or anything.
Right.
But they emphasize her deep faith, especially in the way she names her children.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Each name is like a prayer, a conversation with God, showing how she finds meaning, even in the midst of really difficult circumstances.
That's powerful. She didn't need Jacob's validation because she already had it from somewhere much deeper.
Exactly.
I think that's such an important takeaway for all of us. True validation, it has to come from within.
Mm.
So finally, we get to Rachel.
Yeah.
And wow, her love story with Jacob, I mean, 14 years of labor just to marry her.
Dedication.
That's commitment. But she also goes through so much hardship, especially her struggle with infertility.
Yes, and that was a really significant challenge in that time,
Yeah.
both socially and personally, to not be able to conceive.
Mm.
And it's fascinating how that, along with her rivalry with Leah,
Right.
shaped her relationship with Jacob and her own sense of self.
Yeah, it definitely adds a lot of layers to their family dynamic.
Absolutely.
But through it all, she never gives up hope.
Mhm.
And eventually, she experiences the joy of becoming a mother to Joseph and Benjamin.
See that?
Her story feels like it's about more than just patience. It's about like trusting in a plan.
Right, a bigger plan.
Yeah. Even when things are really, really difficult.
Exactly. Holding on to hope even when the path forward is uncertain, and trusting that sometimes the greatest blessings come after periods of waiting and perseverance.
So we have these three women, right? Each facing their own unique trials and triumphs.
Mm.
And they each find their own way in a world that wasn't always easy for women. What do you think connects their stories? What's the big takeaway here for our listeners?
I think it's their unwavering spirit, this refusal to be defined solely by the expectations of society or the actions of others. It's Rebekah's initiative,
Yeah.
Leah's resilience,
Yeah.
and Rachel's enduring hope. These are qualities that I think we can all learn from, no matter what time we're living in.
That's beautifully said. And for everyone listening, I hope you'll take some time to reflect on these stories and think about how they might speak to your own life. What challenges have you faced where their experiences might offer you some new insight?
That's it.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, and we'll see you next time.
See you then.
Bye.
Bye.